It's Madden NFL 24 on EA Sports, and the wait is over for this rivalry game. It's the Hawks and the Niners, and it comes your way next.
It is a pretty hot late summer afternoon here in the South Bay as EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Silicon Valley and Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Today, two NFC clubs going head-to-head as it'll be the Seattle Seahawks taking on the San Francisco 49ers. Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and as we look at this matchup, every time there's something different to focus on. So I'll just ask you, what do you see here in this one?
Well, Rembrandt, you've given me a pretty blank canvas to focus on, haven't you?
Yeah.
Where do you think I'm going to go with this?
Oh, secondary?
You know me well, right? In a game like this, it's always about the secondary. Can they handle the passing attack and make a few plays?
Here's the Australian-born punter Mitch Wishnowsky to get things going. And we are underway from Santa Clara. Coming out of the end zone, D. Eskridge. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. And they're led out by their mobile quarterback out of West Virginia. It's Geno Smith.
I still remember back in 2013 when he was drafted out of West Virginia. He was coming off of back-to-back 4,000-yard seasons for the Mountaineers. Hadn't seen as much game time in recent years, but at one point, a capable starter in the NFL.
And that's not the start that he was looking for, as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Now it's Smith off the bootleg. A quick throw there is incomplete.
Well, they'll certainly be on the tablets going over that one for sure. Clearly, they were expecting something else out of the defense and couldn't adjust to make that completion happen.
Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. Now Smith. Oh, he had a man running free, but he overshot him, and it's incomplete.
And that is every quarterback's worst nightmare. You had the perfect play call. The seams parted perfectly. You had your guy wide open. He could have run for days, but he overshoots him. And that's one he'll think about for the next month.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by their signal caller in his 2nd year in the NFL now.
And there's a word that constantly gets thrown around with this guy when you talk to anyone in the building. Potential. They are sky high on what they believe he can grow into in the role of a starting quarterback. In addition, there are plenty around the league who think that as well. And years from now, he can still be leading this offense out.
That's good for 21 yards and a first down. Pretty explosive run on that inside handoff, and when you're a runner of his caliber, you don't need a big crease.
You really don't, but also what we're seeing is an offensive line that's taking charge at the point of attack, aren't we? Not only are they controlling the initial contact, they're actually utilizing what they call the strain, the next 2 to 3 seconds, to continue to move people.
Back to the ground on first, it's McCaffrey. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Boye Mafe got through the line like a knife through butter. He buries him for a loss.
As a linebacker, you're taught to stay just slightly behind the ball carrier just in case he makes a cutback. But when you find the gap, shoot it. And he found it all right. Took it straight into the backfield and made the tackle for a loss.
And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk. And his bid for the first down coming up short as he's tackled at the 25. That'll give him 8 that time, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
And his kick is good. And the 49ers take a 3-0 lead. So a pretty good opening drive. That'll make the home fans somewhat happy. They wanted 6, but they got 3 in the early lead.
And they should be happy. The guys look good getting down the field. That's got to give them a little bit of hope that good things are in store here today for them.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Here's Moore. He will return it. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3 and out.
And now they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Geno now to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Smith, an incomplete pass on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Up the middle, here's Walker. And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. That is caught, and he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the 1st down.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Throwing now is Geno. He lets it fly for Lockett. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
That sun's going to be a factor all game long. I'm not sure it made a difference on that one, but it's something to think about on all deep throws during this time of year.
Now a 2nd and 10. Now to the ground. Here's Walker. And he's going to have this pretty close to a 1st down as the tackle is made at the Niners' 40-yard line. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position now more than ever is a hybrid type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. Smith. This is Fant on the short completion. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 18 yards there, down to the 18, and a 1st down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Up the middle they run. It's Walker. Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
2nd and 2. 1st down marker at the 8. Now Geno. This will be caught at about the 5. And the Seahawks are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
Walker is not going to get in. In fact, he'll lose a couple of yards back to the 3. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. Smith. Touchdown, Seahawks. Tyler Lockett from 3 yards out. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. A nice connection there, finding his target, and that'll put 6 up on the board.
Just like they drew it up in their playbook and reiterated it on the sidelines, right? Perfect route, a good throw, and the defense, they had no answer for that right there.
Jason Myers now for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it ends with a Tyler Lockett touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Well, now how about this return? He's to midfield. Still going past the 30. And he gets it all the way down inside the 30. What a terrific return.
But when the highlight is shown of this play, all attention is going to be on the person running with the football. But how about the group as a whole? Setting up that big-time return, yardage that we won't even account for in the box score, may help them win the game.
Now on 1st down, it's Purdy. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
Purdy to throw again on 2nd and 10. That's caught out right by Jennings. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Purdy from the gun on 3rd down. That's complete out left to Ayuk. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
That is caught by the tight end, Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers. 10 yards on the touchdown pass. And the 49ers are able to move back in front. What a great weapon. So often, such a big mismatch.
And there's no route he can't run. You name it, he's going to do it. And he's a matchup nightmare for the defense. No matter who they put on him, he's going to win the battle.
Jake Moody now for the point after. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it all ends with a George Kittle touchdown. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. Taken at the goal line. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Now the ball now going back over to the Seattle Seahawks offense. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
They geared up and took the deep shot downfield, but it turned out it wasn't one-on-one coverage. Extra defenders in the area, and that one winds up incomplete.
2nd and 10, Smith again. Forced out to his left. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the 1st down marker. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
Certainly not the way they drew it up in the playbook, but that's why they love this guy back there. He sees things breaking down, and he's more than capable of finding an escape route and still getting a decent gain.
Out of the gun, Smith. And this pass broken up. Well, the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. And San Francisco gets set to go here. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. A good down to possibly take a shot, and in fact, they'll come up with an empty backfield on 2nd and inches. A throwing here, Purdy. That's caught by Ayuk on the slant. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Purdy looking to throw on first down here. And the Seahawks defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Now Purdy. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this ball recovered by the offense. But remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble. The good news, they kept the ball. Bad news, it's 3rd and long. They'll bring a tight end in motion left. They'll send the big tight end in motion right. Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. So on 4th down, here's the Australian native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. Call that a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Here's 2nd and 3. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he's going to have a first down, but not sure it'll matter as the clock will continue to run. Nifty running there, but it'll come on what should be the final play of half number 1. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams. This is a very level first half, and I'd expect to see more of the same after the break. We saw a fine performance in the first half from the former Mr. Irrelevant, Brock Purdy. He connected on a touchdown pass in that first half, and that's a big part of why his guys lead at the break.
A good, tight football game thus far. 10-7 the score as we resume action on EA Sports. On the return, it's Taylor from his end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. And I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Purdy will set up to throw it here. Got a man. That's Ayuk. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. It's a first down, his fourth catch of the game after having 3 in the first half. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
And a really good show of force there as he gets through for 4 tough yards.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
From the 37, they work on 2nd and 6. Purdy. It got his man complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 36. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a first down.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. 42 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
2nd down and 4. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And they move this all the way down to the 9. So the big gain, all for naught for the offense. That yellow flag is going to bring it back.
Oh, what a tough look for the offense, because they see all that yardage lost and that ball's walked back and then some behind the original line of scrimmage.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Just his 2nd incompletion so far. He's 8 for 10. I think he'll take 80%.
There's no doubt that he will, but if you're the defensive play caller, you better circle what you just dialed up on your play sheet and come back to it, because you just caused an incompletion. You need a few more of those.
Purdy with it on 3rd and long. Pushed, fighting through, and he's got space. And Purdy finds a way to move the chains. He slides to a stop, and he's got the first down. Right about 20 yards on the pickup. Officially, they'll say it's going to go for 19.
It certainly appears that he's been able to get a read on how they've wanted to contain him in this game. He's seen some places where he can beat them in big spots, and right there, he slides in with ease for the first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw, Purdy. He'll get this into the hands of Ayuk. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And across the chalk, into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Christian McCaffrey, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the 49ers take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the 3rd quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Now we'll see what this Seahawks offense has in store with their first possession of the 2nd half. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a two-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome? A little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll bring up second down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Off of play action, here's Smith. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Well, when the running game's not working, sometimes you just got to take a few more chances down the field. That's a good effort, but it winds up incomplete.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Now it's Smith. And this is going to be incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
The Seahawks send out their punter as he's on to kick it away. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Purdy going to lead the 49ers to the line, 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be second down.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
This a 2nd and 7 from the 37. Out of the gun, Purdy. This pass to Jennings, and he makes a catch. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here in Santa Clara. The Niners on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on third down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, third down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. A run there on first down and a pretty good one of 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
3rd down, here's McCaffrey. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 76 yards now for McCaffrey. It's a first down.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Up the gut, McCaffrey. And he'll get this just inside the 30-yard line.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Oh, and they sent the man in motion too late. This is going to be a delay.
Game, offense.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Still second down.
And they'll try to squeeze in one more play here before the 2-minute warning. McCaffrey following the penalty. And a short gain down to about the 33. Now this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Purdy looking to throw. And that is incomplete. So 2 third-down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a third, and now they deal with 4th down.
They converted twice on 3rd down that drive already, but couldn't make it a third. We always talk about in-game adjustments. How about what the defense did there, able to shut them down on that attempt?
A 50-yard attempt.
And this one is right down the middle, and that will open the lead up now to 20-7. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. From the end zone, here comes Eskridge. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. So Geno and the Seahawks down by 13, a minute 46 to go. Throw out wide to Walker. Short play like that in this situation this late, that's a win for the defense.
No doubt. I remember something Coach Madden used to talk about all the time. Sometimes you can't just take what the defense gives you. You have to take what you need. And in this case, the offense is taking what the defense is giving them, not what they need.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Smith's going to throw it. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
That was one they needed to connect on. They're down, but not quite out. So you have to figure, with under 2 minutes to play, they need to hit on something in very short order.
Well, the faithful in full roar here in Santa Clara. This is 3rd down. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a 1st down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Here we go. This is 4th down. Smith. That is caught. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
Smith to throw. He's going to let it fly. It's caught inside the 25. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. 2 timeouts remaining, but time is of the essence. Down 2 scores. It's 1st and 10. Here's Smith. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a nonstop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the 1st down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
Well, this crowd is making an impact right now. 3rd and 10. He's got his target. That's complete. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. .25 seconds to go. A must recover if they're going to have any chance. And it's the 49ers who recover it, and that ought to just about do it. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. Down to a knee for the 49ers. This one about to be on ice. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Purdy down to a knee, and that should be the final act of the ball game.
Mitch Wishnowsky in punt formation for the 49ers.
Well, you really can't ask for much more than what we just had here. Not only a close game that went down to the wire, Charles, but a clean one, too. No turnovers in this contest.
And I think you're exactly right about that. To me, this is just a pair of offenses trying to find the slightest bit of separation from each other. And they were both hoping that the other side would make the big mistake first. But today, neither side made that mistake. And what we got, a very entertaining game throughout.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis.